Yo, what's up, guys? Wanted to take a dab real quick and do this stream and go on a brief rant because I'm fucking pissed right now. I'm pissed about a lot of things, but I just spent like 2 hours editing this video that I shot this morning, and now I just have to fucking trash it because the file is not good. So just figured I'd do the stream for you guys instead because now I'm not gonna have this video to post. And I was gonna briefly kind of touch on what I had talked about in the stream before. But I wanted you guys to know, for anybody that does any type of YouTube or just any film at all, if you film with the cell phone, I found this out after I was on YouTube for a while, and it sucks because I've spent countless hours of editing shit and then realized that it was fucking just shit I had to throw away. No, I'll work later tonight, bro. What's good, Mike? But yeah, man, fucking, so long story short, if you use cell phones to record video, they use what's called a variable frame rate because the cameras and cell phones isn't like a real DSLR. So if you're shooting with a fucking cell phone, the frame rate doesn't stay at constant, 30, 60, or 120 frames per second. It varies depending on the lighting. And when you upload this into Premiere Pro, which I use, now apparently some other programs don't have this problem, but Premiere Pro does. Cheers. Fuck. All right, so so if you upload this into Premiere Pro, because the frame rate isn't constant throughout the video, you'll start to see, usually after about 5-10 minutes of video, at the end, you'll start to see that you lose sync with your audio and your mouth and your fucking words aren't matched up. And I read about this and found this out a little over a year ago. So on my phone, when I'm recording with my rear camera, I can set it to 1080p at 60 frames and it locks and it shoots at 60 frames. Well, for this video I just shot, I used my front camera and I thought that it was locked at 60 frames too, but apparently it wasn't. And it was like a 20-minute recording. So as I started getting towards the end of it, everything was out of sync and there's like nothing I can fucking do. I've downloaded a couple different video converter programs that were supposed to work. They never fucking work. So if you're shooting with the cell phone, be aware that it's probably gonna have variable frame rates. If you have an option to set it at like a fixed frame rate, like 60 frames, do that for sure. Be aware that that's probably just gonna be your back camera because I just found out the hard way. And I'm fucking pissed. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know because this has happened a few times in the past, but like I'm done. I'm not reshooting this video and editing it. I have to go to work in like 3 hours. It's not happening. I'm sorry. So I just wanted to, I guess, give you guys that heads up. If you shoot with cell phones, anything, even some fucking family shit, just be aware that, when you watch it on your phone, it's gonna be cool. If you put it into like iMovie or fucking QuickTime or anything else, it's probably gonna be synced up. But if you try to bring it into any Premiere Pro, whether it's, fucking CS6, whether it's the new shit, CC, anything, you're gonna lose that sync issue after about 5 to 10 minutes of video. It's just gonna start to slowly get out of sync and it's gonna get worse and worse and worse as time goes on. So please be aware of that. Also, the video that I had done was this article I found on High Times for 7 signs that a stoner's into you. So I'm just gonna briefly go over these real quick and just give you my, I guess, opinion on them. Because I thought some of these were pretty good. Usually when I see these lists, like, they're really fucking corny and it seems like they're really just forced and put together. But I thought that this one was pretty decent. So the first one, they say, first tip to know if a stoner's into you is if they ask for your assistance in giving shotguns. And what I said in the video was basically, I totally agree with this because generally when you give somebody a shotgun, you're face to face, you're virtually almost kissing. You're in each other's personal space. So you're generally going to want to do that with somebody you're attracted to. Also, like growing up with me, like we used to like do like these tunnels, like one person would put their hand like this and the other person would come from the other side and you make like a tunnel and blow a shotgun that way. So, that involves touching and shit like that. So generally, you're gonna want a shotgun from somebody if you're attracted to them. So if you see somebody, if you're smoking with a friend that you're attracted to and they're constantly wanting to give you a shotgun or asking you for a shotgun, just, be aware that they probably like you. Number 2 was if they share their munchies with you. And, not all of these are foolproof, but I also agree with you, especially if you have all these things together. I'm pretty sure that person likes you. But as far as like sharing their munchies, like I don't think most people like to share their food, period. Whether they're sober, they're high, they're drunk, nobody likes to share their food, but especially if you're high and you got the munchies, you generally don't want to share. So somebody's going to share their munchies with you. They probably like you. Either they're just a really courteous person and considerate person, or you're special to them. So that's something else to look out for. Number 3 was if they always ask you to roll up and spark it. And High Times made a good point here. They said, if you like suck at rolling and you know you suck at rolling and they still insist on you rolling every time, they probably like you, because nobody really likes to smoke a fucked up joint or a fucked up blunt. But you're willing to put up with that if it's somebody that you like that rolled it, because you just want to smoke it knowing that they rolled it. It's almost like if they like cooked something for you. Like it's like they put a little bit of them into it, so you're gonna want to smoke it. You're gonna want them to roll it. So if you know that you suck at rolling, and this person that you think may potentially like you is constantly telling you to roll up, they're either extremely lazy like me, or they probably like you. Number 4, if they smoke you up for free. Now, this, once again, in my opinion, is something that falls under like if they're just really cool, if they're just a good friend, if they're just a really considerate person, if they're a giving person. But weed costs money. So if they're not ever expecting you to at least throw $5 or to smoke them up or anything like that, and they're just always smoking you up for free, they probably like you. Or as I said, they're just a very considerate person, but they probably like you. Number 5, I'm just gonna go through these real quick and get out y'all's hair. If they pass the blunt to you first. So High Time says if they pass the blunt to you first. Now, in my opinion, I agree with this one, but I think it happens way before the blunt is even lit. Because where I come from, people, spark up and they just pass it in a circle. They either pass it to their right or their left. And if they know that, if that person like has a blunt rolled and they're getting ready to spark it and they like you, where, in my opinion, what you need to look for is if they come and stand next to you every time before they spark the blunt. Like, say this person that you're interested in or that you think is interested in you as in a group of friends and you guys smoke together a lot. If you always see them come and walk to you, like before the cypher starts, or stand on a particular side of you, especially if they were on the other side of the group, like if you guys were conversing in a circle, in my opinion, that's a good indication that they probably like you, because they're trying to get close to you. They want to smoke after you. They want to be the one to pass you the blunt, or especially if they're going to be the one sparking and they come stand next to you, they want to pass you first. So be on the lookout for that. Number 6, if they ask your opinion on the weed. Now I said this in the video that fucking fucked up, but weed is like our offering as a stoner. What's up, Sith? So like, what was the word I used? I'm trying to think of what I said in the video. I don't know. It's almost like if a chef prepares a meal for you, like it's our greatest offering as a stoner, because we love weed. So if we love you, we love weed, we give you our weed. You know what I'm saying? So if we ask you about the weed, it's because we like you and we know that you like weed, so we value your opinion. So if we're smoking with you, we're gonna want you to like the weed. We're gonna want you to think like, yeah, that was some good shit, blah, 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 blah. So basically it just goes down to the fact that that person likes you and they value your opinion, so they're gonna wanna know what you think about the weed because they're smoking with you. That's how I look at that, basically, as far as that goes. And then number 7 kind of ties into this, so I just wanted to get into this real quick because I feel like it really ties into 6. Number 7 is if they save the goods for you. So like I was saying in number 6, like, as potheads, like that's what we hold dear to us is weed. So if you're someone that we hold dear to ourselves, then we're gonna want to smoke with you. So if you are smoking with this particular person and you see that when they smoke with you or when they come around you, that they break out that special jar, like the one that's in the cut that they don't normally roll and smoke out of, they probably like you. If they keep some shit to the side and they break out the special stash for you, they probably like you. Because as I said before, as stoners, weed is something we hold dear to ourselves. If you're someone that person's interested in, you're someone dear to them, it goes hand in hand. So those are just 7 quick tips from High Times. Like I said, usually I think these lists are really corny, but I think these were pretty good. And like I said, none of these standing alone really are foolproof ways to know, like, if they do this one thing, they absolutely like you. If they smoke you up for free or if they pass you the blunt first, they absolutely like you. But if you can tie a few of these together or all of them together, there's a pretty good chance that person likes you. So just be on the lookout for these things. And yeah, smoke. Like, in my opinion, it's the greatest icebreaker. Like, I'm very fucking shy when it comes to talking to girls, and that's pretty much how I always just, hey, you want to smoke after work or something like that? Or, hey, you smoke? So, smoke, roll up, y'all do y'all's thing. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna get the fuck out y'all's hair.